What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like multi-tool comparison videos. Today we have the Leatherman Skeletool facing off against the SOG Reactor. These are the two most EDCable multi-tools from their respective companies. In my experience, obviously keychain multi-tools would be above this, but as far as medium duty, always have it in your back pocket, ready to go type of tool, these are the two that are most equivalent. So, I have set up a few challenges, a little bit of contest. We'll see where the points lie. First off is in the pliers. And the pliers I gave to the Reactor because this is SOG we're talking about, which means that that little gearbox in there, that is what is called the force multiplier, compound leverage, thank you. Which means that you can squeeze super hard on this, and because of the gears, it squeezes twice as hard. The Leatherman Skeletool, nothing to sneeze at, but it's just a regular, normal medium duty multi-tool head. I like that it has these little cutouts, gives it a little bit of character, makes it more unique looking, but they're regular, they're a bit boring. There you go. Very functional, but they don't squeeze quite as hard as SOGs. I have read reviews of people talking about how they carried a SOG multi-tool for years and just never could get used to carrying a Gerber or a Leatherman because they just got used to the power of being able to squeeze down on these things. So because of the compound leverage, I'm giving the edge to SOG. Next, I believe, is the main blade. And this I gave to the Skeletool. Understand that this is... Thank you. That this is assisted opening, which gives it a neat little gimmick, but unfortunately that's really all that it is. It's very short. It's, I think, mystery steel. I don't remember. But, and because of the thumb stud, it's hard to actuate sometimes. The lock's all wonky. It's in the wrong direction. Go listen to my review on that if you care enough. The blade on this, though, is so solid and just wonderful that Leatherman is actually in the process of giving it its own tool, the Plierless Skeletool, which will just be this reverse Tonto main blade by itself. And I love this blade so much that I will be getting that. So, as far as superior materials, the regular Skeletool uses 420 high carbon, I believe, which is superior to arbitrary mystery steel. And this is 154 cm, the Leatherman Skeletool CX, which makes that even more better. So, because of its size, its accessibility, its blade shape, all of it, the lock, all of it, main blade goes to the Skeletool. Next, we have the screwdriver, and this as well I gave to the Skeletool. The Reactor has a neat little deal where its screwdriver is actually in the base in here. The purpose of this, the spindly little arm here, is to hold the bit. You would take it out, twist it around, put it in there. It has magnets to hold it, and then you would use this as your center drive screwdriver. It's a neat little thing. I currently have a SOG Power Play, and I've used it a couple of times on there. It uses the same screwdriver deal, and on the Power Play, excellent. On this, it is just too small and too sharp on the edges to get any kind of a good grip on that. So again, on the Reactor, what on a larger tool would be a neat innovation comes across as, in truth, nothing more than a gimmick. On the Skeletool, we have the exchangeable and this piddly little arm where you put the bit. It's so loose and floppy in there that mine actually fell out. So I don't know where it is, so I just leave that empty. On the Skeletool, you have that kind of reach. With an exchangeable bit, they're the 2D Leatherman, so unfortunately they are not exchangeable with all bits. The SOG, to its credit, is compatible with regular quarter-inch hex bits. These use Leatherman bits exclusively. But they do come with the double-sided bits. I have the Phillips and the flathead in here, so I have dual capability. And you can also store an extra bit in there, right in there. I don't do that because I don't trust it, but in truth, I have not been given any reason to not trust it. I just don't feel like it would be able to hold the bit as much as it claims to. But all things considered, this reach is stellar compared to this reach. I give the screwdriver to the Skeletool. Bottle opener. This is something that all multi-tools have started implementing, and I don't care because that having an extra bottle opener doesn't matter to me. The SOGS is up here in the top, right behind the pocket clip. It's an addition. It's taking up space. I use this word a lot, but it's a gimmick. In the Skeletool, it is implemented into the carabiner right there. You can see the bottle right there. So you would get it on and pop it off, and the carabiner would actually hold onto the bottle top. I don't care about that. I don't care about the carabiner in general, but the fact that the bottle opener was implemented into another tool, that it was combined instead of just a piddly addition that takes up space, points to the Skeletool for getting it out of the way and giving it a dual purpose, I guess is what I'm saying. Pocket clip. Something that I have a huge issue with SOG is their incessant need to over-label everything. SOG, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? We have 4 labels on here. So this pocket clip, I don't need that. When it's hanging out of my back pocket, I don't need that. This G can get caught on stuff. I don't need that. Cutouts in general make your pocket clip weaker. I don't need that. Excellent deep carry. I wish that all of SOG's pocket knives had a clip that looked like this instead of coming out of the middle. It just came out the side. But all told, it's gimmicky. There we go. I need to figure out another word for that, but for the time being, it'll work. This pocket clip is much too thin for my liking. I would rather it be wider. I understand why it's over there on the side. You want to make it somewhat seamless. I get that, but fortunately, it is on the side that is most useful to me. I prefer to carry my pocket knife in my back right pocket, and then carry my multi-tool in my back left pocket. So having the clip on the left side gets it further outside, makes it more comfortable for me. So this is just more usable for me. So SOG, stop wanking yourself off about your own name. We know who you are. And when the things that you do lessen the quality of your product, screw that. Next, we have the overall design. The Skeletool, skeletonized tool, is covered in these little holes, these little cutouts, to give it the appearance, to give it the, not the au revoir, that means bad, that means bye. Je ne sais, that's not it. What's the French word for atmosphere? I don't know. To give it the atmosphere, to give it a feeling of skeletonized usability, that they took a tool and made it as light and out of the way as possible, and it works. I'm not often one to judge the aesthetics of a knife or a multi-tool, but as far as overall design, this thing works visually. And for design, they screwdriver, pliers, knife. Get all three of those in as small and compact a package as possible. And for that, this also works. Outside accessible blade, screwdriver in the end of one of the arms, Leatherman mutt style, pliers right in there. Excellent, excellent design. The only improvement that I personally would make would be to cut off the bottle opener here, but that's just a me thing. The design on the SOG includes, but is not limited to, a worthlessly piddly little leg that you can't quite grab onto, a safety lock for your assisted blade, which I appreciate having, but it locks and unlocks the wrong direction. So right now, it is locked, and now it is unlocked. So that goes the wrong direction. Poor design. This tool is covered in sharp edges and openings, such as right there, which hurts your hand when you grab. And right there, the pocket clip and the frame right there, which dig into your hand. Sitting in your pocket, you got the edge of the knife here. It's covered in sharp edges, unnecessarily so. Poor design choices. And I think they were going for more of a tactical feel, but in truth, this just feels weak and flimsy. So, points, all of the points for design go to Skeletool. Next we have size. And for this, the point, surprise, goes to the Skeletool. This is... I'm not actually sure what to label it. It thinks that it's a medium-duty multi-tool, but it feels more like a big, small duty. I think this is comparable in size to the Juice. Juice might be about that size. But as far as general usability and pound for pound, how much it brings to the table, the SOG is smaller and it's lighter, but the Skeletool does more with its weight and with its size. So the point goes to the Skeletool because, for instance, when the blade's open, you have a full handle to hold on to. When that handle's, it's a 3-finger knife almost, using the pliers, the little piddly arm, that's only 3 fingers where you can get all 4 around the Skeletool. Points go to the Skeletool for size. And my last one is the price. Now this is something that makes me a bit of a hypocrite because I got both of these heavily discounted, and the Skeletool is actually an upgraded version. Skeletool CX, I believe, is a $90 tool. I got this from my buddy for $50, I think. Yes, I got this for $50, then bought the Wave 40. So I got this for $50, and I got the SOG, which retails at, what is it? Retails at like 60 or 70, I think. I got this from Academy for 25, I think, for maybe $30 because the packaging was damaged. So I got this super discounted, and I still paid too much. The Leatherman, the regular Skeletool, the normal, the big old shiny version, cost, I think, $40 to $50. So that's $10 less than a Reactor and wins all of these other points. The Skeletool is the better tool. If you love the Reactor, I don't understand you, but I would love to have you explain yourself in the comments below. Because I would legitimately like to see, I legitimately want to know what you see in this. Excuse me. I legitimately want to know what SOG saw in this. When the band of drunken interns brought in their design specs and said, hey boss, let's make this. What did they see in it? Why did they approve it? I don't know. I legitimately want to, though. So, as far as what is the better tool, in my mind, and therefore in reality as it matters to me, this is just an objective ruling. The Skeletool is better. The SOG has SOG style pliers with their compound leverage, but the Leatherman has a better blade, better screwdriver, better bottle opener, better pocket clip, better overall design, better size, pound for pound usability, and much better price. So if you've got to choose between the two, that one. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know below. And other than that, have a great day.